All right, Fisher. You have an F-117 inbound. Stand by.
Roger. Target is painted.
Hello there, Paperboy. This is Postman. We have your glare. Stay on target. And there you go, Paperboy. Package is in the mail.
Firm visual on the package, Postman.
Have a better one. Postman out.
What do you mean the attack came from Japan? They're our allies!
Mr. President, these attacks represent the most sophisticated application of information warfare ever imagined. The missile launch came through Japan, yes, but it seems likely it was triggered by elements of a private security operation, Displace International.
Displace? That's Doug Shetland's outfit. We have contracts with them.
Who's Shetland?
Former Marine recon, among the very best. He was one of my top candidates for 3rd Echelon a few years ago. No love lost for the military or the United States. Rumor is that we hung him out to dry for political reasons over an incident that wasn't his fault. We can only speculate as to what his agenda is.
Well, how do we defuse the situation until we know?
Maybe the Chinese can help.
Gotcha.
Echelon tracked down Doug Shetland in Tokyo 6 hours ago. He's mobile and he's wireless. And from what we've managed to decrypt, it looks like he's about to wrap up his business with whoever his Japanese contacts are. From what we've managed to pick out of the air, it looks like he and his men are about to converge on a bathhouse in the middle of the city. We need to find out who Shetland is meeting with and do everything we can to prevent him from closing his deal.
Clearly, the attack that crippled the Walsh and force-launched the missile from the battery went through Seoul, but it originated in Japan. Shetland has something to do with it, and my line into the displaced servers shows that he's definitely profiteering on this war. In order to shut down his operation and prevent any further escalation, we need to ID his business partners and make sure they don't leave there with any more of Zerkezi's weaponized algorithms.
Fisher, the bathhouse where this meeting is going down is a semi-public place. There will be civilians in there, and probably a boatload of goons. Shetland's men seem to be popping up all around Tokyo in the last hour or so, and converging simultaneously on the location. Frances Cohen has been in Asia for the last few months, and she's found some ties between the bathhouse ownership and a Japanese criminal organization known as the Red Nation. It's possible that they are Shetland's partners. Fisher, I just got a request from Frances Cohen.
What does she need?
She's been trying to get a man inside the bathhouse for a long time to keep tabs on the Red Nation. She wants to know if you can tap the phone lines in and around the building.
Francis? Of course I can.
Tell me why we're out here again?
Boss needs us to check all the DSL frequencies, make sure that we won't get any network interference on the shadow net.
I don't even know what that means, but be quick about it. The stench is unbearable.
No kidding. I think there must be a broken sewer main back here. Worst part is you can smell it inside, too. In the
Good work, Fisher. That's the first phone line. See if you can tap into the rest.
Whatever. Close enough.
Just a reminder, Sam. You'll have some civilians in the bathhouse. Do not, I repeat, do not kill any of them.
I'll be careful.
Be more than careful. Be Gandhi.
Yes, sir.
Central, this is 7. I finished the basement. All clear. Yeah, okay. 7 out.
Fisher, in order to figure out who Shetland is meeting with, you'll need to head up into the private offices. Check upstairs to the north of your position and past reception.
On my way.
I hear these Red Nishin are Yakuza. They run this place.
Yakuza? Man. 80s.
Hey, these guys are serious. They got ninjas and stuff.
The ninja? Ninjas again. Man, it's like a virus in this company. Everyone's talking about ninjas.
You should take it more seriously. I heard it was a ninja that killed Milan Nedic.
Whatever. Look, When you start hearing about zombie ninjas, come tell me. Until then, I'll trust my assault rifle to protect me from any ninjas with their little swords and caltrops.
Guns won't protect against ninjas. They're bullet.
Leave me alone.
Is the upstairs secure?
Fisher, we'll be in better shape if you can figure out who Shetland is meeting and where before you head into the back of the bathhouse.
I'll try and double back.
You should be able to find the information in the owner's office upstairs.
Is the upstairs secure?
Yeah, might be some Red Nation guys up in the private rooms, but I didn't... How about the front?
It's tight. A truck is blocking the alley, and I sent the guys unloading it for a coffee break.
Which guys?
Just some guys, worker guys.
What? You just said, hey, why don't you guys take a break, and they did?
Well, I gave them 100,000 yen.
Oh, okay. Well, don't forget to expense that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sounds like trouble!
Is the upstairs secure?
Yeah, might be some Red Nation guys up in the private rooms, but I didn't disturb them. How about the front?
It's tight. A truck is blocking the alley, and I sent the guys unloading it for a coffee break.
Which guys?
Worker guys.
What? You just said, hey, why don't you guys take a break, and they did?
Well, I gave them 100,000 yen.
Is the upstairs secure?
Yeah, might be some Red Nation guys up in the private rooms, but I didn't disturb them. How about the front?
It's tight. A truck is blocking the alley, and I sent the guys unloading it for a coffee break.
Which guys?
Just some guys, worker guys.
What? You just said, hey, why don't you guys take a break?
Fisher?
Is the upstairs secure?
Yeah, might be some Red Nation guys up in the private rooms, but I didn't disturb them. How about the front?
It's tight. A truck is blocking the alley, and I sent the guys unloading it for a coffee break.
Which guys?
Just some guys, worker guys.
What? You just said, hey, why don't you guys take a break?
Well, I gave them 100,000 yen.
Oh, okay. Well, don't forget to expense that.
Yeah, no kidding.
got it. Shetland's meeting in the private baths in the back of the bathhouse in a little while.
Who's he meeting?
Red Nishin from the looks of it. Cohen was right. The bathhouse owner is pretty high up in the Japanese mob.
I don't know. That doesn't sound like Shetland style.
Well... Oh, unless you find something to the contrary, it looks like a solid lead to me.
I'll keep sniffing around.
Better that way.
How are we doing?
Almost done. But I'm reading some row-level interference across 802. Trying to... It's hard to isolate.
You don't think we're in the footprint of a shadow net, do you?
The Red Nation doesn't have that kind of technology. And Shetland, you don't think...
Should we tell Canada?
No, there is no way Shetland had time. Besides, we are in a hurry.
Fisher, those two aren't displaced. They're ISDF. Assault troops.
What is ISDF doing here?
Maybe the Red Nation has sold Shetland out to the ISDF. Eavesdrop on that meeting. Figure out what's going on before ISDF blows this up.
How are we going to stop them?
I'll get on the horn with Admiral Otomo and make sure we're all on the same page.
Cooperate, and I won't cripple you.
What?
Tell me anything you can about the area you're guarding.
The lobby and upper offices are to the north. The baths themselves are to the south.
Wow. You're pretty spineless.
A lot of people say I'm too nice. Maybe that's why they never let me guard an area alone. There's also some sake in the kitchen. Good stuff. There's also some sake in the kitchen. Good stuff. I'm not a very good mercenary.
What? You didn't bring your bathing suit, did you? Well, you can't go in with all your kit. I'm not saying. What? Man, it's a bathhouse. It's all full of, Relax. Heterosexual men have been bathing naked together since time immemorial. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, okay. If you say so. And here I thought this place was a forward-thinking employer.
Way to go, Sam. Cohen says there's one more phone line she'd like you to tap.
scared me there for a second. Sorry. Visibility in here's terrible. Something goes down, next to impossible to fight. Got any night vision here? Night vision doesn't help in this crap. Maybe if we had thermal. Guess we'll just have to rely on our ears. Yeah, unfortunately, since Mogadishu, I don't hear so good.
You were with the Rangers in Mogadishu?
No, I was, kind of working for General ID. But only indirectly.
Oh, forget I asked.
Why are these lights out?
Okay? Our fallback line is here.
Okay.
This hallway is the alley.
goes wrong, pull out any cover you can and put tight fire sectors down the length of this hallway. Got it. If we get surprised, the objective is to support the big man's retreat.
That's the last phone line, Fisher. Cohen sends her thanks.
Tell her it was my pleasure.
Clancy. 11 here. Roger that.
I get the exposition on that side.
Confirmed.
The exposition on that side.
The boss is on his way? Good.
That's finished.
Yes?
That's finished.
Everything is ready. Is he with his friends? Get on who they are. All right. Well, let me know so my guys don't shoot them. Roger. 11 out.
I'm on it.
Zachary!
Yes, sir.
I just double-checked the blueprints. Turns out it comes out in the meeting room. ISDF makes me nervous. Make sure the vent is clear of any surveillance. Be quick about it. The meeting will start soon. 11 here. Roger that.
I get the exposition.
Confirm. Boss is on his way? Good. Yes? Good. Yes? Everything is ready.
Lambert, ISDF is in the building. Are they making their move?
I haven't been able to contact Otomo. I don't know what's going on.
Wait a minute.
I told you I've taken care of everything. We're secure.
Jesus, Lambert. ISDF isn't here to take Shetland down. They're meeting with him. They're his partners.
My God. Stay there. We need to hear the details before we go to the Joint Chiefs with this.
Relax, Canada. I'll just download them and burn you a disc.
Ha! You take me for a fool. You are not stupid enough to download them over a public network. What are you up to?
I said relax. You're right. I'm not that stupid. My men just finished setting up a shadow. Completely secure wireless, discreet from the web. Now sit. You'll have your algorithms in about 4 minutes. Call it!
Lambert.
Let it go, Fisher. We know the truth. We'll pick up the pieces after the dust settles.
Kaneda! Tetsuo! No, no, no! Please! We can work this out!
Fisher?
Kill Shetland. I know.
thinking, Fisher? Looks like Shetland is using Zerkazy's infinite recursion code to run genetic algorithms that allow him to remotely organize his men.
Why?
Wow, DoD is gonna love this. Looks like Shetland can establish his objectives, and the software will break it down to individual tasks and mail them out to his men.
So his people all swarm a target location independently and complete the sub-objectives without ever knowing what the plan is.
Exactly. Kind of a bizarre inverse of Nimrod's glass dagger.
Use terminal force! Nail that bastard! Make it suffer! Take him down! Any way you can! Nail that bastard! We've got incoming shots! Use terminal force! I saw something there. I know he's here somewhere. What was that? I think I saw it too. I don't like this.
My God, Fisher! Shetland has rigged the place to blow! There are bombs hidden in the furnace room. You'll have to find them all, and fast! My God, Fisher! Shetland has rigged the place to blow! There are bombs hidden in the furnace room. You'll have to find them all, and fast!
Mason and Lambert have you wrapped around their fingers, Fisher. You're no more to them than any other weapon. You've made yourself the instrument of a policy you don't believe in, Sam. Walk away. Blood is thicker than water, and you and I have bled a lot together. You're trading your honor for their agenda. Blood is thicker than water, and you and I have bled a lot together. You're trading your honor for their agenda. It doesn't have to end like this, Sam.
No, but it does have to end.
On that we agree. We've been fighting their dirty little wars our entire lives, and where do we end up? Staring at each other down the barrels of our guns. Nothing has changed, Fisher. And it won't change by degrees. We have to tear it down and start over. It's the only way.
Your own little chaos theory, throw the world into war and hope that what comes out the other side is better.
It will be better. Because this war will change things, Sam. Every other war has been about keeping things the same, but the status quo doesn't work anymore. America's sick, Sam. She's dying. The politicians, the bureaucrats, the whispered backroom deals, it's all life support for a sick old lady who was dead a long time ago.
The only backroom deals that I've seen lately were made by you. You're a murderer and a war criminal.
Those are the only names the state has for the revolutionaries, Sam. You only become a hero after the war is over. You know the truth. The world is built from the bottom up, not the other way around. Honor, courage, fidelity. We don't inherit these things from the world, Sam. We build the world from them. I know you. You believe in these things more than any government. And I know that because of it, you wouldn't shoot an old friend.
You're right, Doug. I wouldn't shoot an old friend. Right, Doug. I wouldn't shoot an old friend. Right, Doug. I wouldn't shoot an old friend. wouldn't shoot an old friend. Right, Doug. I wouldn't shoot an old friend. Right, Doug. I wouldn't shoot an old friend. Right, Doug. I wouldn't shoot an old friend.